Ready?
Yep.
All right, call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Do we need to add anything to the agenda, or are we?
Move to approve. Move to accept the agenda.
Second. Okay, motion in a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Public comment? We
No.
don't got anything?
Nope.
Okay, consent agenda. Does anybody have any questions on the consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
A motion in a second. All those in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Principal's report.
You want
Go ahead.
Robin to go first?
Oh, no, go ahead, I didn't know you had one.
Lindsay's at the junior high game in Hebron, so she gave Robin
I
her
have
report.
her report.
Okay.
Data, tier 2 progress monitoring continues with each classroom every other week. Tier 3 progress monitoring is done by our Title I staff. We will do the next round of fast bridge assessments right after Christmas break. We're very much looking forward to seeing what that has to say. Looking ahead, she had some notes about staffing needs. Title I teacher is needed at TRE. We'll be utilizing Miss Emma Brantley to help us with Title I for the remainder of this year. She'll be the 5th grade teacher here next year, but we need to consider Title I position for next year. EL support, we have minimal students right now, but those students we have need some support as well. She would like to see consideration of a full-time PE teacher in Taylor. We currently do not have enough Mr. Miller long enough to split all of the classes, so some of the classes have to go together for gym. She said she knows the high school's in the same boat with needing more PE time with the larger classes that will be coming up. So administration will be looking at that moving into the new year as well. Building updates, both HVAC units are up and running and behavior. The music concert was on Friday, December 12th. Mrs. Pretzer did a fantastic job preparing the students, even though the weather, indoor recess, like every time, the gym was not available, but both groups did an outstanding job. Mrs. Pretzer prepared them very well. Tomorrow is the first round of the TRE quarter sale. They got to browse today. The excitement in the air about buying presents for their family members for a quarter is, yeah, you could cut it with a knife. Pre-K through 6th grade will be shopping for loved ones at the Taylor School on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They got to browse today. Reading Month committee has already begun planning Reading Month coming up in February. More to come on that in the coming months. During the month of December, TRE staff focused on empathy and joy. She said, let's just say they took joy part to a whole new level the first week, definitely accomplishing bringing joy to the building, and especially to her. We did an underground dress up week, and it took till Wednesday before she noticed. She said, feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns. We always love to have you come by and stop in at TRE.
So the EL support, is that, what do we utilize? Are we utilizing the contractor? What are we doing?
Yeah, currently we work with WERC, W-E-R-C, and they have the EL teacher or director. And she works with multiple schools in the group, but then she does the testing for us. She sets up the parent plans because each EL student has to have a individualized plan. So she helps with that, and then she is supposed to help teachers with ideas, projects on what they can do to help, and that's where we're not getting it.
Sure.
I mean, we're getting the testing and we're getting the meetings, but we're not getting what's needed in the classrooms. So that's where, yeah, and both here and in Taylor, it's the same thing. Each building has 2 EL students currently. So I mean, there's not a lot of them, but for EL, you have to set aside a certain amount of time for them to, it's basically like having 2 English classes. They have an English class and then they need to have a few minutes or another class dealing with the English language. And without somebody letting us know how we should go about that, it's difficult.
Is that something that the state has separate funding for, or would that still be within our own
It'd be within our own,
budget?
yeah. And that kind of ties along with what she was saying with title. One thing that we're looking at or trying to find is somebody that may have a title and an EL. So then, because title isn't necessarily a full-time position, and EL definitely isn't a full-time position with just 4 students in the district. However, if we could get one person that could do both, then that could help out immensely. And PE kind of goes with that too, because Taylor has 2 hours. They would like to have Logan or 2 50-minute periods longer. And we need that same over here. We would need 2 50-minute periods of a PE teacher to basically finish the day. Because this year Logan's coming over for those 2 periods, but with split classes, he really doesn't have the time to do that. So then we don't want to hire a full-time PE teacher for 2 periods.
Well, and we have 2 EL students over here, but I monitor more than that.
Right, yeah.
So I have 3 other ones that I monitor because they've graduated out, but they have to have continuing quarterly management. So we do monitor there and review with that. But we're also short title for junior high here.
Right.
We have Chris that's doing majority 5th and 6th grade, and she's trying to help out with junior high. And we have the other 2 teachers upstairs that are like schedule wise work best with the high school. So they each have a period where the high school students can get title help, but Chris has to run in between her minutes she's already doing to get junior high minutes in.
Right. So if you know of a title EL PE teacher, let us know.
That's what they ask. I was just gonna ask, you said you interviewed a couple of teachers before you recommended the one that we're looking at tonight, right? Was that other teacher? What's her qualifications or his qualifications, I guess?
She would, one of them would be interested in title, but she really wants to be in a classroom. So, I mean, we could have her come and start title in January, but then we can't guarantee classroom down the road. It depends upon, is there one going to be open? Probably, but we're not sure. So we can't guarantee her that. So I don't know how interested she is coming, knowing that she might not get a classroom right away. And then, was there 3 or just 2?
Well, there was another one, but that one could not start till next year.
Right.
And then you got another applicant after the fact when we're done.
Yeah, so the other one that was interviewed is in a contract through this year, so they wouldn't be able to help title in the remainder of the year. But they would be more interested in title, and they do have EL as well for the following years when she's out of her contract. And she would rather do that than be in a classroom. So that's the other thing where, I mean, if we hire the one to help us this spring for title, we don't necessarily want to take the spot of the one that wants to do that. So we're trying to figure that out.
And then our leadership team meeting today, or that expects success, someone brought out that they knew someone that also has special ed title
Right,
and EL that was interested in coming possibly to our district.
right.
That's just talk.
And Fayed?
I don't know. I don't know.
The hard part over here is that you have to be certified in Phi-Ed, whereas elementary, with their certification, they have Phi-Ed. So an elementary teacher can teach elementary Phi-Ed,
Okay,
but they couldn't teach it up at the high school level.
okay.
So,
And right now for Fayed, Cassie's here and full-time, and then Logan comes back and forth, or how are we covering it now?
Cassie's here full-time, and then Logan comes over for those last 2 periods of the day.
Okay.
And then next year, that's when we wouldn't be able to do that because he'd have another class over there because kindergarten right now isn't split for PE. So it's all 30-some kindergartners in there at one time.
Lots of energy in that room.
Yeah.
Well, do we wanna, so do we have a current job posting open for teachers right now or not?
Not for title,
Not for title?
no. So if that is something that, I mean, we could, I mean, I would suggest, I guess, that we get it out there for title and possibly EL and interview those people who are interested and see who we get for next year. Because the remainder of this year, Emma said she would do title over at Taylor to finish out the year, and then she would take over 5th grade next year.
So we'd be covered the rest of this year anyway.
Right.
I know it'd be a tough exercise, but at some point, it seems to me like we've always just done, well, this, now we replace with like, and we, at some point, I think we need a comprehensive look at our schedule and our staff and whiteboard out a, optimal schedule. That, it'd be something to take a look at and just see what you really got instead of fishing for hoping that you'll get what you need, I'm sure there's others that have endorsements in FIED or some of that might be able to be used, so.
Yeah. The problem is that they don't have time, the ones that don't have time in their schedule currently.
Well, that's what I'm saying, whiteboard of the whole
Yeah.
schedule and a comprehensive look
So,
at that.
It's
It's kind of been the same for 30 years as far as the way we've done. Either band or shop, so.
when the classes get bigger as well, as the elementary larger classes move up here, the high school, we're gonna have a problem with history.
Sure.
Because one history teacher and then a part-time with Mrs. T that does English and history. So I think that's gonna be something that is gonna have to be filled at some point. But there we don't have another room,
Right.
so.
I guess I'd make the motion to open or advertise for a teacher for, what is it, EL and title
Okay,
for next year. Open the applications now.
Yeah, I second that.
Okay, we have a motion in a second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything else for TRE? You guys got it? Good, okay. Dr. Vogel?
Okay, well, some of it's done since we talked about some of that. Due to semester tests, our fast bridge is gonna have to be pushed. Right now, our fast bridge testing for progress monitoring is during the same week as our semester test, which is the end of semester. So we will have to push ours back about a week and a half. So we will be on a different schedule for that. Math training, we did have Saxon math training took place for math teachers 5 through 12 so far, special education teachers and title teachers. Training was provided by Mrs. Kayla Zent and Mrs. Laura Messer, reviewing how they taught their Saxon math throughout all their years, and then had a roundabout question answer for teachers with questions and discussions regarding best practices for Saxon math. Honor roll, we will have quarter honor roll, which will take place at the end of this semester. Honor roll is set to have a GPA for the A honor roll at 3.857, which allows for 1 B and all A's, and then the B honor roll is set to have a GPA of 2.857, allowing 1 C with all B's. AccuPlacer, I obtained my certification to access the AccuPlacer for the students at RT through BSc. AccuPlacer is the assessment that allows the students to test and see if they qualify for dual credit courses or if they need to take either the CREAM course or intermediate courses at college. We try to get them to take CREAM here if they would like to not pay for those courses for intermediate college, because you have to pay for them, you don't get credit for them. So it's a waste of time and a waste of money for them when they get to college. We provided students different tracks to prevent that from happening. And then Dr. Ziegler, I asked him just as backup, because we like to have 2 people in case a test takes place, you have to split people up, or if something would ever happen, like if I get pulled for a student, he could come in and progress monitor the test. or proctor it. So we did have our first one last week, Thursday. I had multiple students in that, and I have some students signed up for this Thursday. Depending on their schedules, they'll let me know, and then we'll do some then.
What level do you test at? Is that sophomore, junior only, or?
I have juniors mostly.
Okay.
Some of the seniors are, based on, depending on what they had, if they don't want to take cream. So if they pass their acuplacer, they don't have to take the cream course for the spring. We don't make them take it, but we sure do tell them they should if they don't want to pay that extra money at college. And those that are going straight to work, we don't push. You know, if they already have something lined up or military, things like that. CTA agenda, I knew I was going to end up leaving here to get kids and go get stuff ready for the concert, but I did attach the CTA agenda along with mine, and they rescheduled their meeting for 6:30 tomorrow or Wednesday. Wednesday. So just a heads up on that. That will take place in Mr. Isaac's or Mrs. Dorman's room at the west end of the hallway. Senior trip is also attached online. It's scheduled for March 13th through the 16th at South Dakota. The budget and itinerary is also attached. They have enough money. I have a typo. Something that I did want to mention that Mr. Kohler did ask if we want to look at combining the close-up trip with the senior trip so the students don't have to do so much fundraising for two different things. They have two things a year, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, that they make money at. But then with the close-up, they're doing a lot of fundraising. So he just brought it up. I said we have talked about before. I would bring it up again. I know that he's getting some donations at the end for what they don't make, but he thought maybe it would even out better at the end. Someone actually brought up like, okay, well, how do you combine that with some extra days of fun? And we thought, well, if we're already fundraising for sending them and doing that, maybe they could stay a couple extra days and do something else. I don't know, but I just wanted to bring it up for you guys to think about, and we're up for any ideas. If you want to keep it separated, we'll keep it separated, but he wanted to bring it up. Esports, we have, go ahead.
What participation you got in the senior trip?
Well, almost all the seniors except once in a while we have one or two that don't go because they don't want to.
Yeah, with the close-up, you're just over half. I think you got 9 kids going.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the difference. I think that's why we talked keeping it separate, because not everybody wants to do the DC trip.
Right.
But I think this year sophomores, it's,
Sophomores was Kohler said everyone.
yeah,
Was
way more want to
interested.
do
Way more want
close-up.
to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that would be a good time to decide if they're going to use funds.
Right.
Well, we can always keep it up to the class too.
Differently.
If they chose that that's what they want for their senior trip, they can take them funds and put it towards close-up too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they could do
yeah,
that.
they
The
could.
class chooses to do it that way.
Mhm.
Then
We
it's
just
their
have to
choice,
just-
not ours.
Yeah, we could always just vote on that at a certain year, maybe their sophomore year. Freshman's pretty young yet. And they're already, they do a couple fundraisers, but I mean, something to think about.
Yeah, some options.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Esports, we have, the season runs from December 1st, which already started, through February 6th. Matches take place on Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays. Practices are Wednesdays. We have 21 students so far. The games that they're playing are Mario Kart, Fortnite, chess, Minecraft, and Smash Brothers. So that's what they're competing in right now. And then he just had that the Christmas concert was tonight, so hope to see you there. For Jordan's, she just finished the rolling plans for freshman through senior for ESSA. For military, we had Sergeant Joseph Kane and Hadley Paulson visit with our seniors on November 20th with the Army National Guard. We have 15 students, which is the most we've ever had right now, interested in military pathway for grades 9 through 12, and other seniors who were more interested after this presentation. ASVAB, we have ASVAB coming Wednesday, so we have all the 15 juniors are testing ASVAB on Wednesday, along with 5 seniors that are trying to retake it and improve their scores. As they said before, they were struggling to get ASVAB here because there's a lot of people that retired, so working on getting a couple people trained to just do the ASVAB ourselves. Dickinson was hoping that they could get some of their students in and to ours because it's so hard to reschedule, so we might end up with a couple Dickinson students. ACT and pre-ACT are registered and ready to go. Both will be done online. 15 juniors decided to take ACT. We haven't received exact dates yet, but between April 20th and 24th. And then pre-ACT will give to all juniors and administrate it in late April. Dual credit, we have 10 students signed up for dual credit, totaling 19 classes being taken. Our ACTC, we have 3 students with 4 classes total. That doesn't count our art. Remember that bigger number that I gave you earlier? It was all of our art students plus those students. And then NDCDE, we have 3 students with 3 classes. Work-based learning, we have 2 students right now with 3 experiences. Scholarships, she said that she's been emailing and handling, like meeting with them, handing them out, emailing them for other copies. And she's been, she will continue to meet with seniors and get them information, help with scholarships as they continue with college admission processes. It's kind of next on her schedule. That's it except for the AD report. And I don't know if you guys had time to look at it online or if you want to go through it. It's up to you. Or I can make you copies. What do you want to do?
I guess I read it.
Anybody have any questions? No? Okay, thank you. We will move on to old business, second readings.
So these 3 policies, we had first readings last month, so nothing has changed. If you want to approve them, you can. If you want to go through them and adjust anything now, they would go back to a first reading, so.
Do you guys have any questions on the second readings?
Yes, so.
What's that?
I don't guess so.
Oh, I thought you said, I guess so.
I don't guess so.
So
Those ones we gotta do individually?
No, you can
No,
go
we can do them all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move to accept second readings and adopt into policy, the 3 policies presented. FCAF, FDE, KAB.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Moving into new business.
So a new teacher, that's Emma Brantley. We offered her the position of 5th grade. She accepted. So tentative, of course, until board approval. So that's what we're here for tonight. She actually has 2 contracts that would need to be approved, and those would be separate. The first one is to do the work this spring. So starting in January through the end of the school year, and that would be the Title I at Taylor. And then the next one would actually be her 5th grade position for next year. So we would need 2 different motions. If acceptable, they currently live in Dickinson. Her fiance works here, so their intentions are to move here eventually if they can find a house, and so we're excited to have them.
And what is she certified in 5th grade or?
Yep.
Okay.
She's completely, or she graduates now, I think
Okay.
next week.
Okay.
So she'll have her license and
Oh, okay.
be ready to go come January.
Mm-hmm. Well, sounds good. Move to approve the hiring of Mrs. Brantley?
Brantley. Yeah.
So the first one for the title we gotta do?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't
we do
specifically
both?
say title, just for the spring.
Or for the spring semester?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the hire for the spring semester. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I'll move to hire for next year then.
The motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Co-op meeting with Hebron.
I just kept that on here. I know it's gonna be a pretty big discussion. If we wanna wait until January, that's fine. I didn't know if you just wanted to go.
Yeah, we can just touch on it quick. It was a good meeting. They're interested in coming over with us. The conversation kind of started with like girls basketball and that, because they haven't had a season last year or this year. And it was a pretty good discussion. And then it kind of evolved into maybe them just coming with us for everything. They were gonna meet with Glen Ellen. I don't know, did you hear?
The day after, I haven't heard.
Yeah, I haven't heard all that with them. But they were meeting with Glen Ellen the day after, to talk to them and see what their thoughts were. But yeah, it was just kind of conversation around that. And
How many girls did they have that want to play basketball?
the 3, I believe.
Mhm.
3, yeah. So, and we're sitting at 10, but. So yeah, that's kind of where I was at, just feeling it out, see what the discussion was, kind of going from there, so.
How do we co-op with them with anything else right now?
Football.
Football.
Well, football and then, some other extracurricular stuff. Is it speech and,
No, but they would like to.
oh, I thought they did. I thought they did with something else.
No,
And then they offer FFA, so that would be something that our kids could do over there as well, and, anyway, yeah, I thought it was a really good discussion, it was constructive and lots of information, but, yeah.
Yeah, what would we want on our end? Do we want to co-op with everything, or? I mean, some of our sports we've got a pretty good turnout for already, right?
Yeah, but with the trend of fewer kids every year, I just wonder if long-term it's not the best route. I don't know, and that's something that, obviously we need to talk about and see, but, boys basketball, girls volleyball were the biggest numbers that we've got. And I think boys basketball, they had 5,
I think so. Yeah, a little bit more than the girls.
and then volleyball, they had quite a few for volleyball.
Yeah.
But again, with not a lot of kids coming out every year, it's kind of something that, do you take advantage of all of it right away? Or do you wait, and then, but if you wait, do you miss out on the opportunity to do it down the road, and I don't know, it's a tough decision. I mean, there's a lot to consider and whatever, but.
And as far as names, they said it would be treated just like football. So it'd be the Richardton-Taylor Hebron Raiders. So they would pretty much just come under us for name and colors and all of that.
What is their team mascot?
Right now they're the Bearcats with Glen Allen.
Okay.
So they were originally the Brickmakers. So,
Anybody have any questions on that?
No, I'll motion to table it till our next meeting when we got the full board here.
Okay. You want to second that?
Yeah, second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of tabling, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Kitchen oven at Taylor.
Kitchen oven at Taylor, the gentleman from Capital City Restaurant was able to get the pilot started. He thought it might just be the thermocoupler, so he replaced that, and I haven't heard, is it still going?
It is. He ordered some more parts for it as well. Some of the coiling or something on both of the ovens actually he felt like needed to be replaced, but he didn't have those on hand, so he was going to order and then come back and put those in. It also is heating wonky. He said he would look at that when he came back the next time.
And that could be the coiling
That
too.
could be.
Yeah. And then he also looked at our oven here, convection oven. He did some adjusting on that, and he looked at our steam table. And he's not sure what's going on with the steam table. He's thinking that we may not be putting enough water in, because if the water is too low, it's going to get too hot and start bubbling and spitting, which is what it's doing. So we're going to try and increase the water level and see if that helps.
Questions on that? RACTC report.
Yeah, I didn't make a meeting this last month, so nothing reported.
Okay. I guess that's it. Next meeting is the 14th of January at 6 o'clock. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, guys. I know the weather was, we should have had the meeting last week. It's one of those things where
Yeah.